Do you want to get better at Tetris 99? Are you fed up of losing to your friends and want a taste of that sweet, sweet victory? Here are 7 tips to help you improve your Tetris game. Tetris 99, a battle royale meets puzzle game mashup, isn't something I expected to have so much fun with, but it's got me hooked. So much so that I wanted to make a video to help others understand it a little better and improve their gameplay so that they can have more fun with it too. I'm not going to act like I'm incredible at it. I don't go for T-spins and I've only had a couple of wins, but I normally finish in the top 10, so I like to think I have enough of an understanding to pass on some helpful tips. So to begin with, let's start with some basic Tetris tactics. You need to clear 2 or more lines at once to send the grey garbage blocks at your opponents, unless you're in a combo. See how here I clear 1 line at a time and nothing happens? But when I clear 2 or more, or I'm in a combo, you see the fireworks shoot off to my targets. We'll go into that more later, but for now let's focus around how to achieve this. What I and a number of other players choose to do is to build a structure up on 9 of the 10 columns, so that dropping a line piece will clear 3 or 4 lines at once. Clearing 4 lines at once using this method is called a Tetris, and I'll often build higher and wait for 2 line pieces so I can get back-to-back Tetrises, but do whatever you're comfortable with. This brings me on to my second tip: make good use of the hold piece. Pressing L will hold or store a piece for you to use later, and it's incredibly valuable. If you've been given a square and you have nowhere good to put it, you hold it. Did you get a piece that you don't want to use but you have a better one in reserve? Just hold it. Saving a line piece to get a Tetris? Hold it! This may seem obvious to many of you, but I've seen people that don't use this at all and it's an invaluable tool. Imagine playing chess but never moving your queen. The final beginner tactic you need to make sure you implement into your gameplay is adopting the hard drop. No, not that kind. Hard drop is an option that can be enabled in the menu. Basically it allows you to instantly drop pieces by pressing up on the D-pad instead of holding down to slow drop pieces. Again, basic stuff if you're a Tetris veteran, but it's something beginners often miss or don't learn to utilise immediately. Here's a brief comparison. This is some gameplay of me using the slow drop method. See how long it takes me to build up any lines to clear? Now compare it to this gameplay of me using the hard drop. See how much quicker this is? This might be the answer if you find yourself asking, why is everyone faster than me? Moving now into some more intermediate tips, Tetris 99 uses a targeting system, where you can choose who you send your garbage blocks at. You can choose to target opponents randomly, go for opponents that are close to being KO'd, target players who have these badges, or retaliate against those who are targeting you. You can select targets manually, but this does take longer, and you can swap the controls in the menu if you'd like, but either way you'll be using the 2 control sticks. Now, you might be wondering what those badges are and how to get them. Essentially, knocking out an opponent will reward you with a badge, and give you any badges they owned at the same time. These badges increase the damage you do. Basically, you send more lines of garbage blocks at your opponent than you would normally do. My tactic is normally to start off targeting randoms, and switch to KOs after a minute or so. Eventually I'll target badges or redirect attacks against me late game. It might be tough to follow, so I've slowed down the gameplay in a few areas here to note when I'm manually switching my target. I do this every few seconds or so to try and get the killing blow on someone, or if I see someone that was in trouble escape danger, I'll swap to pick off someone that's closer to being knocked out. Things can definitely get pretty hectic, so I advise beginners not to worry about this too much. You paint a target on your back by collecting KO badges, and you don't want to be dealing with mayhem like this. If you do get targeted, it's important not to panic for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if the incoming meter is flashing red like this, you're about to get the garbage blocks ASAP, so you should take a moment to scan for your best move and see what blocks are in your next queue. If you can manage to clear some lines yourself, you won't get any of these garbage blocks, saving yourself from imminent danger. Do this well enough and you might even KO the person trying to get you. You're also probably going to make a lot of mistakes. I certainly do. In these scenarios, it's important to keep a level head so you can play your way out of danger. Even if you're not getting the pieces you need, there's almost always a way out. Sometimes it requires making what might be considered a bad move, however. By bad, I mean anything that leaves a gap, preventing you from easily and efficiently clearing multiple lines at once. You shouldn't be afraid of these suboptimal moves though, as they're often useful if you have the right pieces. There's a couple of examples on screen now of moves that I would normally avoid doing, but that work out because I can capitalise on the spaces left after clearing 1 or 2 lines.
No!
Again, we're in intermediate territory here, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend this tip for everyone, but it can definitely help out beginners that tunnel on making only optimal moves. Sometimes these bad moves help you out of a tight spot or lead to a big combo, so they definitely shouldn't be overlooked. My final tip is relevant for all levels, and it's to not worry about losses and just have fun. At the end of the day, you're not going to win every time, and although coming first should be your goal, you should feel good about wherever you place. Top 50, that means that you are better than at least 49 others. If you finish in the top 10, that means you beat 90% of your competitors. Even if you don't finish in one of these, you shouldn't feel bad. If you look at the leaderboard after your loss, you'll often see people with much higher levels than you that finished below you, so you can take accomplishment from beating someone that had more playtime and experience. Plus, I've been knocked out a few times in the 70s. Sometimes you just can't help being targeted by multiple people at once, or maybe you were KO'd by a really good player. Maybe the blocks just weren't falling for you. Whatever happened, laugh it off, queue up again, and have fun with the next match. That's what the ultimate goal of gaming should be anyway, right? Enjoy what you're doing. If it stops becoming fun, take a break, play something else, go outside, or do whatever. So there you have my 7 tips to get better at Tetris 99. Hopefully there was something in there that helped you. Have you been enjoying Tetris? Let me know if you think I missed anything down below, or just drop a like and a comment if you think we should do more videos like this. Consider subscribing if you're new around here, and I'll leave you in the capable hands of my SwitchWatch cohorts if you want to see anything else from us. We'll see you in the next one.